A St. George man is sentenced to federal prison for having hundreds of images depicting child abuse. An alleged fentanyl dealer is arrested in Iron County, and the relocation of endangered fish to Black Desert Resort.
You're watching St. George News at 5.
Good afternoon, I'm Christy Langenheim. In federal court on Wednesday, a St. George man was sentenced for the possession of over 600 images of children being sexually abused. Police searched 42-year-old James Connor's home on June 27th in 2023, and he was arrested 2 days later when officers recovered 3 cell phones, a prepubescent child sex doll, and more than 600 videos and pictures that depicted the sexual abuse of a child. Connor was sentenced to 1 felony count of receipt of child pornography and will serve 78 months in federal prison, followed by 15 years of post-prison supervision. He was also ordered to pay a $5,000 fine that will be placed in a fund to assist trafficked and exploited children. A man was arrested on Tuesday night in Iron County for being a suspected fentanyl dealer in the town of Beryl, Utah. Police say they first became aware of 27-year-old Pedro Panacho after responding to a drug overdose in a Beryl trailer park, to which they said they purchased the fentanyl pills from Panacho and another man as well. Just 10 days later, Panacho was arrested for trying to sell 80 fentanyl pills to an undercover agent. After police searched his residence, they found around 80 fentanyl pills, powdered fentanyl, and some spoons and tinfoil with burnt residue. He is now facing multiple charges, including possession with intent to distribute, and is currently being held in Iron County Jail without bail. Nearly 3 years ago, a St. George man who was once a doctor, professor, and devoted father passed away. However, his impact continues to resonate through the lives he has touched. Haven Scott has more on the foundation being constructed in his memory.
Greg Booth delivered thousands of babies in St. George, taught young adults at the local college, and was committed to civic duties on the local water and power boards. 3 years after the community mourned the loss of the former Dixie High football player turned town doctor, Booth's daughter is holding a gala to kick off a foundation in his honor. Brittany Booth Fonsbeck said the Doc Booth Foundation's mission is to empower young individuals through educational opportunities and to promote mental health advocacy.
So I just want to carry on that legacy of him helping out these kids and his love for the kids and for also education, and then also just the community in general. Like, he gave his life for the community. He just lived and died for this community. Just the Dixie spirit of the community, he just loved it. That just is what he lived for, and so I just want to try to carry that on somehow.
The nonprofit is hosting a dinner, concert, and silent auction that takes place in St. George at the Dixie Convention Center on Saturday, April 20th at 6 p.m. Single tickets start at $200 per person, and corporate-sponsored tables can be purchased for up to $10,000. All proceeds fund future scholarships for Washington County School District graduates.
Thanks, Haven. And now I'm going to send it over to Sheldon and Amy to give us a breakdown of what's going on in southern Utah this weekend.
That's right, so many great events happening this weekend.
You don't want to miss it. Rowdy's Range is having their grand reopening this weekend.
That's right, you don't want to miss it. They have new ownership, so get over here and check it out.
While you're at it, Hurricane's having a big event.
Oh, Joseph, the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat happening at the Rec Center in Hurricane. It's an amazing show. Gotta see it.
It's gonna be great. And don't forget, the Dixie Kite Festival is happening.
The Dixie Power Kite Festival right there, the Encampment Mall at Utah Tech University. It's gonna be a wild ride.
Bring the whole family. And that's what's happening this week in southern Utah.
Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, guys. The spring season is here, and as higher temperatures begin to return, so do the allergies. Dr. Kenneth Penna of Southwest Allergy and Asthma explained that this year's allergy season might last a little longer due to the changes in weather and the growth in southern Utah. With more rain and urban development, pollen spreads sooner and stronger, but don't worry, as there are a few options to help you dodge this year's allergy season. Healthcare experts recommend medications like Astropro and Pataday, but for a more long-term relief, allergy shots offer a promising solution by targeting specific allergens and gradually building immunity. Consult with a physician before beginning any course of treatment. In a unique conservation effort, the Utah Division of Wildlife Resources and the Black Desert Resort have joined forces and released 400 endangered fish into the resort's lakes. Alicia Lundgren has more on the story and the process of relocating these animals.
In mid-March, the Black Desert Resort in Ivins and the Utah Division of Wildlife Resources teamed up to release 400 Virgin River chubs in one of the resort's 6 lakes. The silver and olive fish are listed as endangered under the Endangered Species Act. Dr. Joseph Platt, the resort's head of environmental affairs, told St. George News that he hopes the fish will acclimate well enough to their new home to begin breeding, providing a cushion in case the species' native habitat, the Virgin River, experiences a catastrophe. The fish were transported to the resort via truck before being moved into coolers and taken to a small lake on the resort's golf course. DWR native aquatic biologist Melinda Bunyan explains the next step.
We're not just going to go dump the coolers in there. So we actually are going to acclimate the fish because the water they came in is different in temperature and other kind of water chemistry. So I won't get all fish nerdy on you, but like pH and, how much salts and minerals are in the water that affect, how the fish can acclimate to that.
Once acclimated, the fish were measured and placed in either buckets or nets to be released.
Thank you for watching St. George News at 5. I'm Christy Langenheim with St. George News, your #1 source for local news.
This has been St. George News at 5.